Ah. Well, that was relaxing. It's nice to have a place to call your own. Well, let's see what they've provided me. Oh. Some very nice clothing. Food. Always good. The wine is only alright. Oh, well. We'll take these. If they ask us to use them in our studies, well, my studies, I suppose I will, but otherwise, I'm sure they won't mind turning a tidy profit. A variety of colors for different occasions. Soul gems, again. Same practice. Whoa, very nice boots, actually. But for the time being, something a little more practical, I suppose. Mead. Gloves that go with my wardrobe. Let's see. Yes, I suppose I should wear the full ensemble. The hood, the robes, gloves and boots. Now the question is, I think I'll stick with the Amulet of Mara. It seems to bolster my healing spells, and that's always nice. Alright. Let's, perhaps we should meet some of my fellow classmates? I suppose none of them are in at the moment. Alright. Check the second story, see if there's anything interesting going on up here. Oh, hello.
Let me give you a bit of advice. You want to work on something that's not officially allowed? Don't tell anyone you're doing it. You need something you're not officially supposed to have? You come see me. You tell anyone that I told you, and I'll fry you from the inside out. Got it? Huh?
Black market sort of deal. I'm familiar.
Even with the college's laid-back attitude, there are still some things that are off-limits.
Well, I understand discretion. Can we do business?
I hope you've got some coin.
I do. What have you got for sale?
Let's just take a look, then.
Alright, I already have a hood, although yours looks better. Ugh, but for that price it had better be. Daedra hearts, I hear, are very difficult to obtain, but I'm not particularly interested. A number of spells I've already learned, a few staves. No. Nothing particularly exciting here among your wares. Goodbye.
Till next time.
Hello, sir.
Unlike the other schools, my theory is dwarven magic relies on sound. That's why spiders, spheres, and centurions are all drawn to your footsteps. I bet that's also why dwarven ruins are so noisy. It's like they're funneling in air for them to breathe.
Interesting. Lovely theory, hopefully. Don't have to venture into any dwarven ruins. That sounds awful. Hello.
It's lies. All of it. I don't care what she told you. It's all lies.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
No? Well, then she hasn't gotten to you yet. But she will. And don't you believe a word of it.
Alright. Do you need any help?
Well, I suppose I could use a hand with something, yes. Feralda's working on something, and I want to know what it is. I want her notes. You think you could get them for me without her knowing?
Well, I suppose the collegiate atmosphere, we should be sharing our research. What's in it for me?
I'll throw some money at you. Good enough? Just get the notes and bring them to me. If you can't do it, I'll find some other way to manage it.
Alright,
Until
we'll
next
see.
time.
Don't know who Feralda is. Unless she's the one I met out front who, you know, decided to let me into the academy, college, what have you, even though I am quite clearly not qualified. Seemed like a nice lady. Alright everyone, before we head along on our way, I would still like to explore, see what the college has to offer. I suppose this other tower, she said, had other rooms? I suspect someday I'll actually learn anyone's names here, but for now, Feralda, hello.
Mirabelle does a fine job as Master Wizard, I suppose. Still, there's always room for improvement.
Certainly. Well, I have a interesting subject that I should broach with you, but, actually first, I'd like to know what you have for sale.
Take a look.
Wow, these are not anything very interesting. I know all these spells, and I just bought them from a, well, I don't know, random court mage, but I suppose I'll take your soul shards. I'm certain I can find a place where they'll sell for more than this. Alright, I feel like, well, what, a tattletale. But I think you should know. Neria wanted me to steal your notes.
She what? Oh, I should have known she'd try it again. Thanks for warning me. I'll see to it this is taken care of.
Alright. Thank you. I just thought you should know.
I can't wait to see who succeeds Mirabelle. I've no doubt she'll be promoted to Archmage at some point.
All right then.
Let's see if anyone else is here. Ah, hello, sir.
You can see me?
Yes?
Confound it all, I was quite sure I was invisible. Or at least transparent.
Huh. Well, sorry to say, you are not. What have you got for sale?
So, you wish to master the arcane arts?
Well, I wish to master the... economy of Skyrim. Wow. If I can find a good place to offload these, this town will be a gold mine.
Farewell.
Farewell. Alright. Every mage is eager to sell me soul stones. I am certain they have more of them here than they have... Isn't Tulfdir the instructor we were just with? Alright, too boring, don't care. Lydia, you know what I like about you? You're always guarding the entrances, making sure no one sneaks up on us while we're poking about. Not that we're poking about in an untoward manner, just that, you know, if assassins were sent after me, you'd be the first to know. Hello!
You consider Restoration a valid school of magic, worthy of study, don't you? Don't you?
Well, yes, of course.
Good. Good. Not that I require validation, of course. There are just some, and I shan't name names, who would disagree. It can make life difficult when one's colleagues fail to recognize the research one engages in.
Well, that seems strange to me. It must be more difficult. In fact, I know it's more difficult to put someone back together than it is to tear them apart. The restoration magic seems like the more challenging school. Anyway, what have you got for sale?
Take a look.
I love this town. Everyone has something to sell. You really should consider renaming yourself to the Merchants' College, considering how much you all like to... Yes. Well, okay. I can tell she's going to definitely follow my advice. Alright. That seems like all the rubes in this building. I'm kidding, of course. It would be incredibly dangerous and difficult for people to travel between towns in Skyrim, and, well, considering we're already on our way elsewhere, it only makes sense for us to accumulate all the valuable goods. I am paying for them, after all. I'm not cheating anyone out of their hard-earned anything. While we're here, I very much wanted to check out the Arcanium, oh, whatever they called it. Alright, you seemed like a very unpleasant fellow, but I suppose that could have been deceptive. Hello, I'm Septimus Verus, a new apprentice.
Another new apprentice, I see. Are
Yes.
you of the sort that believe you're here to change the world? Or are you only in it for yourself? I assure you that I shall be watching all of you very closely.
Alright. Excellent. Well, are you an instructor? Some sort of headmaster? What exactly is it you do here?
I am an advisor to the Archmage. The Thalmor wish to promote relations with your college. I am at the Archmage's disposal if he requires advice.
Well, that's very nice. I'm glad the Thalmor are here to... yes, foster cooperation. Good day. Hello, sir.
Enchanting services are one of the few things that keep us in touch with the rest of Skyrim.
Oh, that's lovely. But you don't sell anything? You don't have anything to sell to me? All right. Well, thank you for your time.
Till next.
Well, enchanting services, actually.
Savos doesn't care for politics. He likes to believe the college is removed from the rest of Skyrim.
All right. Is there any college business I can help with? You say we enchant things for the rest of Skyrim?
In fact, there is. I need a soul gem filled, if you're up to it.
All right. Maybe I can do that.
Here, take this grand soul gem. Fill it for me, and bring it right back. I'll be waiting.
All right. Well, I have a filled soul gem, actually. Here.
Excellent, thank you. I'll see that this gets put to good use.
Good. Well, okay, thank you. We just made 100 gold. Archmage. Doubt you'll have anything to sell. Let's see what this Arcanium is. Arcanium? I don't remember what they called it, do you? No? Alright, up we go. Okay. I don't know what everyone was talking about. This is a library. There is a name for a room full of books. It's called a library. This is that. Perhaps a bookstore, if I'm not allowed to read them without purchasing. Hello, sir.
If you require assistance with summoning techniques, please let me know.
Ah, conjuration.
If you would, please also contain your summons to the college grounds. The locals do not need to be agitated further by Atronachs roaming their town. The summoning of undead is even less advisable outside the college.
All right. Well, what have you got for sale?
So you wish to master the arcane arts?
As I told another of our colleagues, I'm going to help the college turn a tidy profit. And I may also benefit. Sure. I'm here learning. I'll learn those spells too. Let's see. There! I learned. Isn't that what college is for? Anyone else? You, sir. Hello.
You are now in the Arcanium, of which I am in charge. It might as well be my own little plane of oblivion. Disrupt my Arcanium, and I will have you torn apart by angry Atronachs. Now, do you require assistance?
Well, okay, first of all, it's, I'm sorry to say, a library. Alright. Perhaps... Yes, well, I won't go there. You seem like not the sort. What have you got for sale?
I have a few things laying around that weren't worth adding to the collection. You may look through them.
Huh. Don't think I want those, then. Probably. Alright. Is there any college business I can help with?
If you're feeling adventurous, I'm always looking for someone to procure valuable books from some more dangerous locations.
I'm not really interested in danger.
Some other time, perhaps.
Alright. Excellent. Goodbye. He seemed like a pleasant fellow, didn't he? Hello.
Confound it all! This page too! That makes 5 in total. This is unacceptable!
Alright. Is something the matter?
A page from one of these texts, and 4 others, torn right from the spine. I've consulted with Urog's apprentice girl, and she insisted, rather emphatically, that none of these tomes have been checked out for years. I told the girl that wouldn't preclude a thief from browsing the cases.
Alright. So I haven't met this librarian's apprentice, but mistakes happen. You shouldn't be so harsh.
I don't blame her, though. It's the head librarian's duty to keep more sensitive texts behind sealed doors. Or perhaps it's the fault of the one who trained him. In either case, the result is the same. It is as I feared. Someone has managed to steal key pages from the writings of Trectus.
All right. And by Trictus, you mean who?
You need to brush up on your history. Or stop to listen when professors are lecturing. Although I admit Travis's voice is its own sleep spell. This nameless scribe you speak of is Vanus Galarion, founder of the Mages Guild.
Ah. So, how is it that Master Groshub made such an error?
It is not an error. It's far more likely that Urag holds an opposing position regarding the substance of these texts. Not to mention a stubborn refusal to recognize that a controversial theory might actually have merit.
What exactly do you mean by a controversial theory?
The majority of scholars are split between two disparate camps. Some believe the texts are worthless scribbles written by a child, one who had yet to grasp the vastness of his destiny. Others contend that the author is not Vanus himself, but a pretender hoping to profit from the mage's name. Both camps, however, are in agreement that the texts themselves have no intellectual merit.
So, why do you search for them?
There are some, however, who attribute the text to a different origin. Not the young Trictus, but the elder Vanus Galarion. The theory states that Vanus wrote the text in the guise of his younger self, precisely so that scholars would question its authenticity. By diverting the eyes of those who seek power, it provided an extra layer of security, in addition to the cryptic nature of the text itself.
All right. What exactly is in these texts?
I mentioned the pages from 5 separate texts were stolen. This is no coincidence. I'm sure you can divine why.
Well, all right. 5. Seems like potentially one for each school of magic?
Exactly. According to the theory, there was purpose to Galarion's decision to divide his childhood journals into 5 parts. Contained within each was a tale that alluded to spells and techniques, authored by a specific school.
All right, I think I'm following. But how exactly do the schools of magic relate to the texts? Because I'm really not following.
It is well known that Galarion's gifts for magic were quite diverse. He could restore a rose to full bloom not long after burning it to flame, all while fooling the mind into believing its scent had rotted away.
All right, so spells that involve multiple disciplines.
The theory goes that Galarion was on the verge of completing 5 new spells, one for each school. Spells of such tremendous power that even the immortal armies of Manimarco would countenance their fear. Unfortunately, Galarion's obsession with his nemesis deprived him of his patience. Nevertheless, before he embarked on the great battle, he left notes encoded in 5 works, so others could continue his research.
So what you're saying, then, is that these pages are coded messages that may reveal spells that would be, one might use the word, priceless? I think we're on the same page here. Do you have any idea who stole the pages?
I have an inkling. I was able to glean some clues based on my interviews of the residents of Winterhold, who seem far more observant of mages than the faculty. I sent my assistant, Jado Ra, to investigate the matter further, but I fear something grave has befallen him.
All right. I'll find out what happened to him, recover the pages, uncover the spells from the ancient puzzle that no one has ever been able to solve, get the spells, 5 of them, each priceless, and either sell them or leverage them for incredible profit. How does that sound to you?
Finally, someone with initiative.
Nah.
I need someone to scout the area he was investigating. Your safety is paramount. If the mage in question is at the site, do not attempt to confront him, even if Jado Ra is in imminent danger.
Well, that's incredibly reasonable of you. But, well, to be fair, most people are quite willing to send me into danger. Why are you not?
The Khajiit is a crafty one. He will leave clues behind even in death. Yet if you sacrifice both your lives, both your efforts will be squandered.
All right. Again, sounds rather reasonable. I'll see what I can find out.
Jado Ra last left for Solitude, but it is unlikely he is still there. I would start with the caverns near the shoreline. If you find him, and find him well, he may ask for a passphrase.
All right. A passphrase could be useful if he's working undercover.
Yes. The problem is, I seem to have forgotten that inscrutable Khajiit word he gave me. So in exchange, I ask you to tell him this. Tell him how, when I met him, I mocked his whiskers, how they were as black as an Imperial's hair. Tell him that his eyes are so narrow that even when he laughs he looks unhappy. Yet their color still shines as bright as the sun. And if he finds that too sentimental, tell him he was more valuable as a rug. And when he accidentally lights his fur on fire, he would no longer be worth anything to anyone.
All right. That's a lot for a password, but I'll do my best to remember it. Okay. Well, since I don't think anyone else here is going to be selling me soul gems, I think it's about time we take our leave. Alright, Archmage. I think perhaps the Archmage is investigating a pressing magical mystery having to do with that door, because he has been staring at it for a while now. Huh. There's a horse there behind that inn. And I nearly walked off a ledge. Note to self, be very careful when traveling across the bridge to the College of Winterhold. But why is there a horse over here behind this inn? Who would leave their horse here? His saddle is inscribed with a name. Francis. That is very strange. And it's a very strange place to put a horse. Does anyone see a person anywhere? Francis, owner. It's really storming out. Divines. Alright. I think we had best be on our way. Well, yes. We can push through the night and possibly make... Where were we going again? Dawnstar, of course. We'll push through the night, possibly make Dawnstar by morning. You're right, Inigo. This is a magical map. When I note one of my journal entries about the things that people have asked me to do, a mark appears on the map, almost certainly indicating where it is I can do that. Very interesting. And useful, of course. All right. We are heading now to Dawnstar. I suppose the only path that leads out of this town is this way. Well, we have a long night of travel ahead of us. Come, everyone.